10 superpowers Blade never used in all 3 Wesley Snipes movies. Though the Wesley Snipes-led Blade trilogy is one of the most popular depictions of the character, the 3 movies didn't showcase Blade's full range of abilities from the comics. The movies do showcase some of his vampire strengths, and also his proficiency with weapons. It's possible that some of Blade's other powers from Marvel Comics may have been a bit too powerful for the movies. It is also possible that the constraints of late 90s special effects limited the options of which powers Blade could have, a problem the MCU Blade hopefully doesn't have. Another important thing to remember about the Blade trilogy is that it predated a lot of modern superhero films. As such, the filmmakers might not have thought that the audience for an R-rated movie would be up for some of the more over-the-top powers that Blade has. Whatever the reason, the Blade scene in the original film trilogy was a little underpowered compared to what comic book readers are used to now. These missing powers may be included in the MCU Blade film to help Blade keep up with Marvel's other heroes. One of Blade's most handy powers in the comics is his sixth sense for sensing anything magical around him. This can help him locate magical objects or sense any approaching danger from supernatural creatures like vampires. While this seems like a pretty key ability to leave out of the Blade movies, it is also one that makes telling a story a little more difficult. By taking this power away from Blade, the movies make it so that he can be surprised by vampire attacks. This adds some tension that might otherwise be relieved by his special sense. One powerful weapons that vampires possess in Marvel Comics is the ability to hypnotize others into doing their bidding. Thanks to Blade's vampire abilities that he gained from Morbius the Living Vampire, Blade is able to resist this hypnotic gaze. In some alternate versions of the character, like Blade from Marvel's Ultimate Universe, he can even hypnotize others the same way vampires can. It is possible these powers weren't present in the Blade movies because the main antagonists would also be immune to hypnosis, making it pointless for either side of the conflict to try using the power. For a short time, while Blade was in the Avengers, he gained extra powers from Boy Thing, a tiny creature created from pieces of Man-Thing. Boy Thing offered Blade several upgrades, including magical swords, armor, and even wings one time. Boy Thing's pairing with Blade served as an upgrade for the hero, so he could hold his own against Avengers-level threats. When Blade ultimately left the team, he and Boy Thing parted ways and Blade went back to his original power set, with the limited nature of this storyline going some way as to explain why these abilities didn't show up in the movies. Blade's healing factor is great at healing external wounds, but his body is also designed to protect him from the inside. Blade's immune system aggressively attacks any potentially harmful substances that get into him. This makes Blade immune to any type of poison. Thanks to Blade's half-human side, he is also immune to vampire weaknesses like garlic or silver, though those powers were actually shown in the movies too. Currently, there aren't any poisonous villains in RR. If you are new to our channel, then like and subscribe.